It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Commanders and the Bucks coming up next.
Well, as soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Well, Brock, we saw week 1 begin on Thursday night, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to week 1 across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Right, it was hope springs eternal. Even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's week 1, you're so hopeful of what lies ahead.
The punter Tress Way set to get this one started. And we're off and running from Raymond James. Bucky Irving now to return. Return's looking good so far. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the 7th-year pro, comeback player of the year contender last season in Baker Mayfield.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of a league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, well, how you start can have a massive impact on how things play out.
And the Commanders get home, they drop him. So after their first offensive snap, we'll have a break in the action. One of the linemen in need of some attention from the trainers. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. Now after the play, looks like we have somebody banged up. What we hope is it's nothing major. Don't want to see a serious injury less than a quarter into the season. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. From the gun, Mayfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. So now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. And leading them out, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, the number 2 pick in the NFL draft out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
Such an incredible amount of promise in this man and a lot of signs of hope since he went near the top of the draft this spring. We knew he was always going to get the start in his first career game, and this is the first step to beginning a new era for this franchise. And also that chip on his shoulder to prove that he should have been the number 1 pick.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. First carry now for Austin Eckler. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
This is Eckler on 2nd. He cuts it right, and he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Option play. Here's a give to Eckler. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 41. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete. Now is Terry McLaurin on the target. And that means 3rd down coming up. All right, Brock, getting a look now at their draft class from this year. And some haters on the outside for this class. But I know inside the building, they're real excited about this group.
You know, one thing, Kate, I've learned, meeting scouts out on the road, especially on the college level, I'll talk to them, they'll say, different organizations like, yep, this guy's a Raven. Yep, this guy's a Seahawk. Yep, this guy just fits who we are. The elite programs, they don't care about the noise on the outside. When they see a fit to their team and their organization, they go get them. And that's what I see in this draft class.
Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
On first down, here's Eckler. Well, not what you like to see. Still just in the opening quarter of the season, and they have an injured player out there. Let's hope it's nothing major as he gets looked at. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Facing 4th down, the Commanders will turn to Ramiz Ahmed for the field goal. This one from 47 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
Tampa Bay sending its offense out. Their 2nd drive coming up. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their 2nd drive. First and 10, it's Mayfield. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. Still has some space inside the 35. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown! The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their second drive. They left a few on the table their last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Eckler. They'll have him gain about a handful there. That stop made by KJ Britt. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Running with Eckler again. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Daniels. It's tipped away, and he's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Mark that one down as a 35-yard punt in the end. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd and 8. And the Commanders get home, they drop him. Now after the play, looks like we have somebody banged up. What we hope is it's nothing major. Don't want to see a serious injury less than a quarter into the season. So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. Baker now from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fielded at the 11. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Commanders will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Handoff now to Eckler. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Second down now, 7 to go. Daniels from the pistol. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Daniels throwing on third. He lets one fly deep downfield. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Press way on to punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And he's going to call for the fair catch here at the 38-yard line. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. And their goal is going to be doubling that 7-0 lead they have so far. They send the tight end in motion. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. That's caught. It's Cade Otton. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 45 on second down. Got his target. It's Otton. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Now Mayfield has him on the quick hitter. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Jeremy Chin there on the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Baker throwing again. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Frankie Louvu. And the Commanders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Second down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive.
And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. First and 10. Man in motion, headed right. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Out of the gun, Daniels. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Shotgun handoff now to Eckler. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Staying with Eckler. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He finds space, middle of the field. And that's a Washington touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Point after from Ahmed is good. And the Commanders tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. On the return, here's Irving. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Mayfield now from the gun. Throw left side, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That punt goes 63 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Eckler running dead ahead. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. That stop made by KJ Britt. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And he makes the Hets go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? Man, they even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing was a gimme 6.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the give, here's Eckler. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. Trying the inside handoff to Eckler. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And we haven't even hit the break yet, but already we're looking at this likely becoming a 100-yard game for him in the very near future, and expect more to follow after that. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They bring McLaurin in motion right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. It's a 14-7 game. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Now Daniels off the play action. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Daniels back to throw. Has a man, it's Brown. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Ahmed Good on the extra point. And the Commanders tie things up at 14. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Tampa Bay are ready to head out to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First down, here's Baker. This finds Evans, complete. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Benjamin St. Juste getting up to end that play.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 7. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin on that play. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
3rd down. Here's Mayfield. On target to Godwin. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Mayfield to throw again. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Warren's got it. Complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. He's got Godwin working that sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Warren here from the gun. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Baker now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He brings it in. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Mayfield to throw for it. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Coach is challenging to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
The Commanders and running back Austin Eckler headed back to the field. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. They're out and set. 1st and 10. On the run, it's Eckler. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Yaya Diaby brings him down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Rolling left, buying some time. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. That one vehemently swatted away. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Eckler gets it. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Just 1 yard on the play. That leaves him with 4th and 4.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
The Commanders ready for the punt. Trey Palmer on the return for the Buccaneers. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And they'll down this one just beyond the midfield stripe. Here come the Bucs on offense now. They liked how that drive was going, but the ending, the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Mayfield. That one's complete, right side. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Hauled in by Godwin. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First and 10, it's Mayfield. Got his target, it's Otten. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Baker throwing again. He connects downfield on 4. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 2nd quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Commanders set to take over. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Eckler. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, it's Daniels. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Running left, this is Eckler. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. And this is now a 100-yard game for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Robinson has the Washington touchdown. The Commanders can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Ahmed now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders tie this game at 21. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now run with Warren. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
On 2nd down, Warren is only going to manage to get back to the line. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Pressure coming, Baker. Got a man, Palmer has it. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 41. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Buccaneers would take the lead with a score. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. On the move. Pressure's there, and the Commanders got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Goodness gracious, this quarterback is taking an absolute beating in this first half, and you better have some ice for him ready at halftime. I'll tell you this, Kate, it has been a brutal couple quarters, and if you don't start protecting the quarterback, this guy may not make it and even finish this game.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. He'll get this complete to White.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and long, Mayfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Jake Camarda on to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. The Commanders and this running back headed back out for a new series. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw. It changed its direction.
Second down and 10. Daniels. Ertz reels it in. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. The Commanders in the hurry up. They're hustling for the line. They're going to toss it to Eckler. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Okay,
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. from the 24. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again is Baker. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these 2 defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Trying to force one through there. So it'll be 2nd down. He'll throw it. He's trying another one deep. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started up at Cleveland Brown Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the visiting Cowboys who got the win on the road. Ezekiel Elliott, over 100 on the ground in the victory. And finally, on the season premiere of Monday Night Football, take 2 for Aaron Rodgers, the Jets and Niners from Santa Clara. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They give to Eckler, left side. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here's 2nd and 7. That's Dotson with a catch out right. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Come on.
Run here with Eckler. Crosses the 35, still got more room. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now they're whistling for a timeout here. Somebody's shaking up on the play. Not the way he wanted to begin his rookie season. Wow, let's hope it doesn't cost him much time. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go.
Running with Eckler again. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Second and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's completed right side. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. This is Eckler. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Give him 4 yards on the carry. Gets him some yards back, but still 3rd and 9 upcoming.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. It's taken in by Eckler. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The kick by Ahmed is good. And they've taken back the lead.
Here in the 3rd quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. On the return, here's Palmer. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Buccaneers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They've got first down from the 31. A run from Warren here to start the third. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Mayfield has him on the quick hitter. And that will not be enough for a first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Counterplay here, Warren. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll go again with Warren. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Evans, the motion man here. Baker now from the gun. Short pass brought in. Broke through the tackle.
You know, kid, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They put a receiver in motion here left. 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Hauled in left side. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Finds a man right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Handoff now to Eckler. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Ready?
They put a receiver in motion right. This is Eckler on 2nd. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Staying with Eckler. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Eckler running dead ahead. That's a pickup of 9. And the Commanders will have a first.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Trying the inside handoff to Eckler. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Come on.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Play brought to an end by Jordan Whitehead.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Throwing now, Daniels. That's McLaurin on the quick slant. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. An option give to Robinson. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Play fake here, Daniels. He rolls to his right. And he's brought down at the line.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking, he's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. and he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Now Daniels to throw. This one's caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. To throw, Daniels. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Commanders' ball, a chance at a win if they can hang on to their lead through the 4th. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Going for it, it's Eckler. And he gets in, touchdown. The Commanders make it a 9-point advantage. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
Point after from Ahmed is good. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. On the return, here's Irving. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
First down, here's Baker. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Third and long, Mayfield. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up. This one intended for the running back. And that brings up fourth and long. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. Ball at the 33 for first down. They'll start the drive with Eckler. And he's taken down after a short rush at about the 36. Give him a few yards on that run. It's second and 7.
On the jump. Let's go.
Shotgun handoff now to Eckler. And they'll have to swallow a loss on the play as he's touched down behind the line.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up third and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing the run was coming, and boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Here he is on third and long. He beams one deep right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So that brings up fourth and long. They'll send out the punting unit. It'll be Tress Way doing the honors. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. So no return on that punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Mayfield now from the gun. This ball's cut by Palmer. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
They'll throw on third and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Man-to-man coverage, it does not have to last forever. It just needs to last long enough for one of those rushers to reach the quarterback. Cover guys did their jobs, and so did he in dropping the quarterback.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here.
Okay, ready?
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Come on. Hey.
On the give, here's Eckler. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Ready, set. Here we go, set.
Daniels back to throw. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's tackled for no gain.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move, to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often a unit can't keep that contained, and a play like that will go for a big gain.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. Man, it'll be their football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Motioning one of the tight ends. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Caught for big yards on the right side. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Connecting on the slant. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And this is down all the way to the 3. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Yeah, this has been flawless, really, from every side, Kate. In order to get to double-digit sacks, it requires a tremendous amount of work leading up to this game, but then ultimately the execution of everybody. This has been the acronym of team. Together, everyone achieves more, and more is 10 sacks.
Has it in close. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. A very short kick here from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
This return starts at the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Commanders all set to regain possession. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. He's going to push one deep down. That's caught at the 25. And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag. Such an exciting play lost because of that penalty. And this offense now left to think of their next call as they make the long walk back down the field.
Okay, break. Let's go now. Ready.
Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. On target to his man Zacchaeus. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Daniels now. Buys time, rolling right. He's running for it. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st down, here's Eckler. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's got it at the 6. Touchdown, Washington. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Ahmed now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders double their lead to 14. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. On the return, here's Irving. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. From the gun, Mayfield. As the open man downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Offense up to the line fast. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Working quickly here. 3rd and long for him here. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Desperation time here on 4th. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chin has got it. And the Commanders will get it back with some time to work with. We've reached the 2-minute warning. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He breaks the tackle. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. The defense calls a timeout. That's their 1st. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Eckler gets it. And he'll get it up to the 44. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they'll have just one left to burn now. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Running with Eckler again. He cuts it to the right sideline. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. And he has just earned something most running backs are never lucky enough to even approach. This is now a 200-yard showing for him on the ground. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Hand off now to Eckler. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Come on.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
Here we go.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Staying with Eckler. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road for what looked like a very plain play.
And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. And here's the timeout with just 1 second left on the clock. So we're going to have one more play left in a game that's already decided. On is Ramiz Ahmed for the Commanders' field goal try. A 27-yard look here. His kick is good at the ends, but boy, Brock, we might see some words exchanged at midfield here as they add 3 to the win as time expires. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.